Okay, hello everyone. It is Tuesday, 23rd of August, and today we are going to do a well-rounded practice. I'd like everybody to start on their tummies. So if you would lie down onto your stomach and bring your hands underneath your forehead, stretching your legs on the floor. This is a very interesting position for us to get into. When we were babies, we had tummy time. So why not as adults? Just for the moment, take some deep, slow breaths. Taking those deep, slow breaths, focus your attention on what moves when you breathe in this way on your tummy. Is it just the tummy? Is it the back moving as well? Do you feel perhaps the ribs pressing against the floor? There's no right or wrong way to do this. But what is important is that you pay attention. When we're on our tummies and we breathe from our tummies, wonderful thing happens is that we start to use a lot more the diaphragm. And it becomes somewhat of a natural shift. A natural shift from perhaps chest breathing to tummy breathing. Both are fine. There's nothing wrong with breathing from your chest from time to time. But we need to be able to shift. And oftentimes, unfortunately, we find ourselves chest breathing all day long without any diaphragmatic breaths. So bringing you into diaphragmatic breaths can be quite healthy, very good for you. Take another deep, slow breath in and hold the breath now. Hold it in. So you should feel the pressure of the tummy, the ribs against the ground, maybe a little bit the chest against the ground. Keep holding the breath. 3, 2, 1, and breathe everything out, releasing. So when we do that, when we hold the breath, there are a few things that happen. The diaphragm is contracted and held contracted. It's a good workout for the diaphragm. There's also an exchange of oxygen that happens, and you raise the CO2 level in your system, which is not bad either, because the uptake of oxygen happens more efficiently after holding your breath. So let's do it again. Take a deep breath in. Feel your tummy press against the floor, the ribs press against the floor. Maybe your back is rising and you hold it. Hold that breath in. Keep holding for 3, 2, 1. And as you breathe out slowly, slowly. The more you can slow down your exhale, the better the body will react when you breathe next time. Keep a calm, smooth breath. And we're going to hold our breaths one more time, and then we're going to get moving. So take a deep, slow breath in. Feel that pressure of the belly and the chest against the floor, and hold the breath in the body. Exchange of oxygen happening. This is actually a scientific exercise in breath retention called the Bohr technique, B-O-H-R, if ever you want to look it up. Raising the CO2 intentionally in the body. Your body flushes with oxygen next time you breathe in. Okay, breathe everything out now. Let it go very slowly. See if you can breathe out very, very slowly. And then you take that next deep breath in and out. Setting your hands underneath your shoulders now. Push up onto your hands and knees. Hands can be under the shoulders. Knees can be underneath the hips. And let's take a deep breath in, curling the spine. Look skyward, and then breathe out and round the spine, look to your belly button. And again, we'll breathe in and curl. Breathing out, rounding. And again, breathing in, curling. Move through this cat and cow movement, slowly with breath. Be very conscious of your movements and of your sensations in the back, the hips, the shoulders, maybe even the wrists and the hands. Bring yourself back to a flat back. Open your knees, touching your toes together. Walk your hands off the right-hand side of the mat. Place your left hand on top of the right and press your hips back. So this is a side stretch, and it really helps to open up the rib cage on the left-hand side of the body. Taking some deep, slow breaths here. Lift yourself back up, walk your hands onto the mat and off the left-hand side. Right hand on top of the left, press the hips back, opening up the ribs, opening up the side body. Should feel really good. Coming back to center, hands onto the mat. Let's tuck our toes under and rise to a down dog or crouching cat, whichever you like to practice. And bend your right knee, left heel goes down. Bend your left knee, right heel goes down. And we just sort of work into the feet now. Working even the toes. Let your hips move from side to side. Then we'll stay in the posture and make a little yes with your head. So you get your neck moving. And then a little no with the head, getting the neck moving. Another little yes. Now taking a deep breath in, move your hips forward and down to take a plank position. If you need to move your hands forward or your feet back, you can do that now. And press back to down dog. We're going to do this 5 times. So breathe in, moving into plank position. Breathe out, move back to down dog. And again, breathing in, moving into plank. Breathing out to down dog. 3 more times. Take your time with it. If you want to move more slowly, you may, or you could move more quickly. Finding your own rhythm. Once more. Now we'll open our feet as wide as the mat, nice and wide. The knees stay wide as well. We'll walk our hands back, fingertips that touch the floor, pull the heart forward, tailbone back, and we just do some bounces here. Some easy bounces. The knees stay wide as the feet, minimum. Now we'll bring our hands to our thighs, help your back up. So lifting slowly, keep the hands on the thighs and bring your right shoulder forward, look over your left shoulder. Back to center, left shoulder forward, look over your right. Back to center, keep going, right shoulder forward, look over your left shoulder. Back to center, changing. One more time each side, right shoulder forward. And left shoulder forward. Good. Coming back to center, lift the chest. Lengthen your belly. Keep your hips far behind you. Raise your arms and we'll bounce here 10 times. Getting into a deep squat. 8, 7, 6. Warm up those legs. 5. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way up to standing. Softly step your feet in and step your feet to the front edge of your mat. Feet at hip width. Knees softly bent. Hips push back a bit. Keep curve in the back. Lengthen the belly and the spine. Shoulders open wide. Chin parallel to the floor. And hands to your heart center. So this with your body, you're looking for perfect posture. Take a deep breath in, raise the arms and stretch skyward. As you fold, bend at your knees, bring your elbows towards your knees and bring the hands to the floor. Step 1 foot at a time back and into a plank position. Keep everything strong. Lower your knees softly. Lower your chest softly. Point your toes and lengthen your legs before performing the cobra. Then bring your chest back to the floor. Push up onto the hands and knees. Tucking your toes under, rise to down dog or crouching cat. Let's raise our right leg behind us. Then bring the right knee towards the shoulder. See if you can stay in down dog or crouching cat. And then back up behind you. Swing the right foot forward, halfway up the mat. Then the left. Then stepping forward, knees bend, hands to thighs. Lift into chair and bounce it. 3, 2, 1. Come up to standing and look for that perfect posture. Straight legs, hips back, chest lifted, chin lifted. Hands to your heart center and we start again. Deep breath in, rise. Folding forward, elbows come towards your knees and step back to a plank position. Make it a strong plank. Lower your knees, lower your chest. Pointing your toes, let's lengthen the legs out behind us. Rise to that cobra. Bring your chest back down. Push up onto the hands and knees first, and then into down dog or crouching cat. Raising your left leg, press it up to the sky. Then bring it towards your left shoulder without taking a plank. You stay in down dog. Then lift the left leg. Swing it forward, halfway up the mat. Stepping the rest of the way forward. Knees bend, hands to thighs. Coming into chair. And we bounce. 3, 2, 1. Up to standing. Perfect posture. A little bit faster. Hands to heart center. Deep breath in. Fold it. Stepping back to plank. Knees come down. Move yourself down. Point your toes. Rise to cobra. Down dog or crouching cat. Right leg lifts to the right shoulder. Back up behind. Swing it forward. Stepping forward. Knees bend, hands to thighs. Chair bouncing. 3, 2, 1. Up to standing. Hands to heart center. Deep breath in. Folding. Stepping back to plank. Knees come down, move yourself down. Point your toes, come to cobra. Down dog or crouching cat. Left leg comes up to the shoulder. Back up. Swing it up the mat. Stepping forward. Bend your knees to a chair. Bouncing. 3, 2, 1 to perfect posture. Hands to heart center. 2 more rounds. Let's go, ladies. Deep breath in. Fold it forward. Stepping back to plank. You're looking great. Good. Move yourself down. Excellent, Taina. Point your toes to cobra. Yes, Agnieszka. Push back. Down dog or crouching cat. Excellent, Gitel. Raise your right leg up to the right shoulder. Back up behind you. Swing it forward. Stepping forward and into chair. Bouncing. 3, 2, 1. Excellent, Claire. All the way up. Perfect posture. Hands to heart center. Deep breath in. Rise. Folding forward. Stepping back to your plank. Move yourself down with or without your knees. Yeah. Point your toes into cobra. Down dog or crouching cat. Yes. Left leg goes up. Bring it to your shoulder. Back up behind you. Swing it forward. Coming into chair. Bounce it here. 3, 2, 1. All the way up to standing. All right, we're going to add on to this. Take a couple of deep breaths, ladies. Couple of deep breaths. Hands to heart center. We'll go slowly at first, then we'll speed up again. Deep breath in, let's rise. Fold it forward, elbows come down. Step your right foot back only. Right foot steps back only. Keeping your fingertips on the floor, press your hips up and back 3 times. So if you can straighten your left leg, that's fine. If you can't, that's okay too. Just see how far you can go. And then step it back for plank position. Lower your knees, and we'll do 1 push-up. Belly stays strong, push yourself back up. All the way down now, pointing your toes, lengthen your legs, rise to a cobra. Down dog or crouching cat. Now this time, raise your right leg up behind you. Bring it to the shoulder, coming into a plank position. Back up behind you, we'll do it 3 times. Plank position. Back up behind you, 1 more. Woohoo! Swing it up behind you. Now see if you can get it to the front edge of your mat. Swinging forward, step the rest of your way forward. Bend your knees, hands to thighs. Coming into chair, bounce it 3, 2, 1. Up to standing, find the perfect posture. Hands to heart center. Deep breath in, let's go. Fold it forward, elbows come to knees, fingertips onto the floor. Step only your left leg back. Front knee is bent. Take a deep breath in, breathe out, stretch the leg. Breathing in, bend. We do this 3 times. Breathing out. Once more. And we step it back to a plank position. Lowering your knees, do that 1 push-up. All the way down. Point your toes, lengthen, coming into cobra. Push back to down dog or crouching cat. Left leg lifts. Move it into the plank towards the left shoulder 3 times. 2. Stay strong. 1. Bring it back up behind you. Swing it forward as far as possible. Step the rest of the way forward. Bend your knees, hands to thighs. Chair and bounce it. 3, 2, 1. Arms stretched by your sides. 2 more rounds. Hands to heart center. Deep breath in. Stay strong. Fold it forward. Right leg goes way back. Stretch the front leg. 3, 2, 1. Set the hands down. Take the plank position. Lower your knees. 1 push-up. Go more slowly if you need to. Cobra. Down dog or crouching cat. Right leg goes up towards our right shoulder. 3, 2, 1. Swing it forward. Stepping the rest of the way forward into your chair. Bounce it. 3, 2, 1. Perfect posture. Hands to your heart center. Last round. Deep breath in. Go more slowly if you need to. Breathe out, folding forward. Yes. Stepping your left leg back. Here we go. Stretch it. Front leg straight or as straight as possible. 3 times. Yes, that's it. Good. Fingertips stay on the floor. That's important. Step back to plank. Bring your knees down. Do 1 push-up. You could skip the push-up if you need to. All the way down. Point your toes and into cobra. That's beautiful. Push back. Down dog or crouching cat. Left leg goes up. Bring the left knee to the shoulder 3 times. Let's go. 3. Back up behind you. Ooh, there's a kitty cat. 2. Good, back up behind you. And 1, back up behind you and you swing it forward. Good, stepping all the way forward to your chair, bounce it. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Come all the way up to standing and recover. Excellent, ladies. Very good. We'll set our hands to our hips. Bend your knees softly, let your hips go back. Keep your chest lifted so it lengthens your belly. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Have the right knee coming up. So from the front, it looks like this, almost like I'm crossing my legs. It's not having the knee out to the side, okay? Have the knee pointing up diagonally. Reach your arms out in front of you, clasping all the fingers except the index and the thumb. So it's Yoni Mudra. And spin to your right. Turn your shoulders, turn your head, turn your arms. Holding here, sinking down. 3. Lift your chin. Yes, good. Lengthen your neck. 2. 1. Unwind and uncross. So this already is a very strong workout for the hips and the legs. Bend your knees. Cross the left ankle over the right thigh. Hips go back, chest lifted. Raise the arms, clasp all fingers except index and thumb. Yoni Mudra. Twist to your left this time. Turn your head, turn your shoulders, sinking down low. And we hold. 3. Staying strong. 2. 1. Unwind and uncross. Whew. Hands to your heart center this time. Sink down into that mini squat and raise your right leg. Foot is flexed like you're stepping on a stair. Set your gaze at one point. Deep breath in now. And send the right leg behind you. Stretch the leg straight if you wish. Your standing leg will stay bent. Keep it bent. Now stretch your arms to the sides. And we're going to spin the upper body to the right. So you turn your right foot. You turn your right leg. You turn your chest. Keep looking towards the floor, holding 3, 2, 1. Come up to standing and release. Good. So I'm thinking about you, Tracy. This is an excellent work for the side glute when we spin open. Hands to your heart center. Bend your knees. Hips go back. Lift the left leg. So you hold it here for a moment. Working the hip flexors in a very safe and strong way. Now we'll lean forward, send the left leg behind you. You can straighten it a bit if you wish. Open your arms wide. And now we spin to our left. So we turn our chest, keeping balance. Set your gaze at the floor. Open your left hip to the left. Open your chest to the left. And we hold. 3, 2, 1. Come up to standing and release. Good job, everybody. Hands to hips. Bend your right knee, bring it out to the side now. You could be at the ankle, a little bit higher than the kneecap or the inner thigh. Tree pose. Raise your arms in a V position. Lift your eyes. Lift your rib cage away from the hips. Get long in your back and in your belly. This posture can be very, very calming. Setting your gaze at one point helps you to stay calm and focused. Let's release, hands to hips and lower the leg. Changing sides. Bend your left knee out to the side, either ankle, a little bit higher than the kneecap, or the inner thigh. Raising the arms, stretch your arms in a V. Lift your ribs away from your hips. Lengthen everything out and breathe deeply in and out through the nose. Hands to your hips and lower the leg. Good job. Step back to the front edge of your mat, and we're going to move to the floor. Hands to heart center. Take a deep breath in, stretch your body skyward, and then folding. Elbows come towards the knees, and we go down and into a plank position. Everyone stay here in plank. Lift the chest, lift your eyes, lift your head, and hold. If you need to lower the knees, no problem. But let's stay in our plank with belly flattening. This helps to tighten the waist. This is the transversus abdominis working. And if you want to go even farther, make it even more effective, pull your perineum up towards your belly button. 3, 2, 1. Lower the knees, lower your chest softly to the floor. Hands under the forehead and relax here. You can move your hips from side to side. Good job, ladies. Very good. Lift your head. You can lift your shoulders a little bit up off the floor. Open your feet and squeeze your glutes very tightly as you raise your legs. Hold this position. You have the strength of the backs of your legs, of your glutes. Should feel very strong. Lower down slowly. And let's roll on to one side. Doesn't matter which side, as long as you can see the device. So roll on to one side, bending both knees to start. Bring the top arm in front of you, fingertips on the floor. The lower arm is underneath your head, so you have a support for your neck. Let's stretch the right leg out, turn the toes down. And here we go. We're going to raise the leg, pulsing 10 times. 9. This is working the side glute, important for everyone. And we want to build muscle there. 6, 5, 4. Turning the toes down is important. 3, 2, 1. Holding the leg up as high as possible. Make a little bend in the knee and push the heel away from you, straightening the leg. So it's like we're pushing a wall. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. It should be burning a little bit by now. If it's not, maybe you're not up high enough with the leg. 3, 2, 1. Hold the leg now. Raise a little higher. Hold it. 3, 2, 1. A little bit higher. A little bit higher. Hold it. 3, 2, 1. Good job. Bring the leg down. Woo. Bend both knees. And let's roll back onto our tummies. Hands under the shoulders. Lengthen your legs out. Rise up to a little cobra. Opening up the chest. Lift the chest away from the belly button. Open your shoulders. Lengthen your neck. And breathe deeply in and out through your nose. One more deep breath in. And come on back down. Woo, good job. All right, we'll roll on to the opposite side this time. You should know which leg you already worked because you feel a little burning now. Roll to the opposite side. Top arm in front of you, fingertips touching the floor. Lower arm under the head to support the neck. Bend both knees. Raise the top leg. Turn the toes down, straightening the leg. And here we go. This is where we just lift and lower. 10, Feel how the side glute is working. Put your hand there, you'll feel up, there's a little dip that's happening because the muscle is contracting. 6, 5, 4, toes point down. 3, 2, 1. Raise the leg as high as possible and we'll press with the heel. So the knee bends a little bit. We'll push. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the leg straight, lift the leg a little higher. Hold it. And a little bit higher. Hold. Woohoo! Lower the leg down. Ah. Roll back onto your tummy. This time, bend your knees, touch your heels together, toes pointing out to the sides. Elbows bend in a cactus position. Raise your head, chest, arms, and your knees if possible. So it really engages through the glutes. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift your chin, looking forward. We hold here. Keep breathing in and out of the nose. Excellent. Hands under the shoulders. Bring the legs down. Push up onto your hands and knees. Whew. Bring your knees as wide as your mat and sink back into a child's pose. You could turn the palms to the sky if you wish, or hands are down. And just take some deep, slow breaths here. Hands to either side of the head, lift up the head. Now you could stay seated with your knees wide if it's comfortable. Traditionally, we have our knees together. If this is not good for your knees, maybe you want to be up in a 90-degree position for the knees. All three of those positions are fine for your legs. Right arm comes up over the head and sort of crawl the hand down the back, the upper back. Left arm comes out, turn it, and see if you can crawl your hand up to meet the other. If you can grab them, great. If you're just touching, that's fine too. If you're this far away, that's fine too. Just stay with it and be active in the position. Breathing deeply and slowly, close your eyes, calming the nervous system. Open your eyes, release your hands, and roll your shoulders. And then bring your hands in front of you and roll the wrists, so moving the hands in an easy circle. And we change. Left arm up, reach down. If you need to, you crawl down the upper back. Right arm, turn it, and crawl up the upper back until you can possibly touch the hands or just reach for it actively. Once you're there, close your eyes and stay, calming the nervous system. Excellent. Open the eyes, release the hands, roll your shoulders, and move the hands, fingers, and wrists. Move them around. Good. All right. Let's bring our feet to one side, come to a seated position, and bring the soles of your feet together, knees wide. Pull your feet in, grab a hold around your toes, lift your spine nice and long. Be sure that the low back has a little curve in it. We don't want to round the low back. So ideally, you should be up on your ischion. Your ischion are those two pointy bones at your hips. They're your two pointy sit bones. If you need to move your feet forward a bit, that's fine. If you can move them close to you, that's fine too, but find those two sit bones. Lift up the head, chest, and neck, and then softly lean forward. It's not a competition. You don't have to go and bring your nose to the floor. What you want to look for is just a stretch in your body. Take deep, slow breaths. And if you feel some tightness, some tension, as you breathe out, see if you can breathe the tension out of the body. Releasing this stretch, softly lift your knees up. Good. Stretch your right leg out in front of you. Cross your left ankle over the right thigh. Sit up nice and tall, and you'll grab around the left knee. Raise your left arm and twist to your left. Left hand comes behind you. Turn your shoulders, turn your head. Here you want to imagine that you're just twisting around a pole, like you're wrapping your body around a pole. The pole is the strong base of your spine. Same with the neck, same with the head. Releasing this, uncross the legs, and we change. Bend your right knee, cross it over the left. Grab a hold of the right knee. Lift your chest and lift the right arm. Twist, setting the hand behind you, turning your shoulders, turning your head. And it's like that, it's like a barber's pole, you know, in the United States, they have the twisting around, the red spiral around the pole. So you want to think about with your whole body, twisting around that central, stable spine. Unwind, uncross your legs, knees stay bent, grab behind your thighs, and roll yourself down onto your mat. Once you are all the way down, we're going to get ready for the bridge pose sequences. So the head comes down. First, let's start with hamstring bridge. Walk your feet away from you, heels into the floor, toes pointing up. Lift your hips and pull your heels towards your hips. It's engaging the backs of the legs. Opening up the chest, we hold here. Softly lower your hips down. Good. Walk your feet in. Bring the soles of your feet together, knees wide. Press the soles of your feet together and lift your hips up, squeezing your glutes, squeezing your thighs. We get a really strong, tight action all around our hips. And we're going to press skyward. Here we go. 10, 9. Keep pushing your feet together. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the hips down. Lift your knees up. Now I want you to cross completely your right thigh over your left. Here we're going to do a type of bridge that adds in some really strong perineal work. It's good stuff. So the thighs are touching each other completely, like as if you crossed your legs under a desk. Lift your hips just slightly off the floor. Take a deep breath in and squeeze your legs tight as you breathe out. Squeeze them tight. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. You should feel the contraction all around the legs. Keep the hips up as you breathe in. Breathe out, squeeze tight. Breathe in and release. And what this does is it closes the doors of the perineum. Breathe out, squeeze tight. Breathe in, we'll do one more. Breathe out, squeeze tight. Release your hips to the floor. Uncross your legs and shake your legs a bit. Just shake the knees, shake the legs to let go. Good. All right, cross the left leg completely over the right. Lift the hips just a little bit up off the floor. You feel already there's a contraction going on in both legs. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, squeeze them tight, close the doors of the perineum and lift. Release without lowering the hips, just breathe in, breathe out and squeeze. Release, 2 more times. Releasing once more. Bring the hips to the floor, uncross your legs, shake your knees a little bit, relaxing the legs and the muscles of the legs. Good. Bring your feet hip width, knees hip width, elbows go into the floor, open up the chest and lift your hips up. Now you can go into a full half bridge position for our yogic bridge, and we stay here. You could close your eyes and just focus on your breath. Feel how the legs engage, the glutes engage. There's a nice curve in the back. You're lengthening your neck. There should be no pain here, only effort. One more deep breath in. And then raise your arms over your head, reach behind you, and lower the back one vertebra at a time. Very, very slowly, lowering the back to the earth. Once the back is all the way down, open your feet wide and let your knees fall to your right. Stretching the left arm far behind you. Lifting the left knee first, right knee follows. Let your knees go to the left and reach your right arm far behind you. Raise your right knee first, left knee follows. Walk your feet in towards each other and raise your right leg. Grab behind the thigh. Make a nice big circle with the right foot. Change the direction of the circle. Flexing your foot, straighten your leg. Now when we straighten the leg, be sure you keep curve in the low back. Because if the low back presses into the floor, you're no longer just stretching the back of the leg, you're also stretching the low back. We don't need that right now. We want to have curve in the low back so that we're focusing on the back of the leg. Pull the leg towards you and hold the position. To go farther, you could stretch your left leg onto the floor. You could grab higher onto the back of the leg or even underneath the foot. Keep breathing. Releasing this position, cross the right ankle over the left. Now, instead of letting the right knee go out to the side, keep the right knee going towards the right shoulder. Grab around both legs if possible and pull the knees towards the shoulders. If you flex both feet, it helps to protect the knees. Uncross your legs. Grab a hold of the ankles or the bottoms of the feet. Lift the feet up to the sky and softly rock in a happy baby pose from side to side. Bending the knees, bring the feet flat onto the floor. And we'll lift the left leg now. The foot is flexed. You can grab behind the thigh, and then you can make a big circle with the foot to be sure to get rid of all tension in the foot and the ankle. Change the direction of the circle. Flex your foot and begin straightening your leg. Making sure you got space between the floor and your low back. Pull the leg towards you. Be sure not to press the low back into the floor. You want to keep that curve. Holding on to the leg, you can stretch your right leg onto the floor as well. Getting that nice hip flexor stretch added into the hamstring stretch. Releasing, you can bend both knees, cross the left ankle over the right thigh. And again, the knee goes towards the shoulder, not out to the side, but towards the shoulder. Grab around the legs and pull them towards you, flexing the feet to protect your knees. Uncrossing once again, take that happy baby pose. Rock from side to side. Bringing your feet flat onto the floor now. Clasp your hands together behind your head. Squeeze the elbows in front of the face and lift the head. Chin goes towards the chest and you feel the stretch down the back of the neck. From here, turn your head to the right, looking at the right foot. We're going to hold this position. Coming back to center, we'll turn the head to the left and look at the left foot and hold the position. Coming back to center, softly lower your head to the floor. Hands can go onto the tummy. One leg at a time stretches out onto the floor. Find a very comfortable, easy position for you. as you breathe, see if you can move the upper belly while keeping the lower belly strong and flat. Never push down when you breathe. Okay, so the breath simply expands around the upper belly and releases. And as you breathe, we're going to consciously soften the different parts of the body. So let's start from the top of the head, softening all of the musculature of the face, down to the jaw, the neck and the throat. Soften down over the shoulders, down the arms to the hands. Soften down through the chest into the tummy. Soften down through the back, all the way to the hips. Soften down the legs to the ankles and to the bottoms of your feet. Feel as if your whole body has softened. And this can also create a softening of the mind. Everything can remain calm, relaxed, easy. Effortless. Without any effort, begin moving your fingers and your toes. See if you can make every movement effortless. Raise your arms over your head and stretch from fingers to toes effortlessly. Softly lift your knees to your chest, rocking a bit if you wish, just to feel good about the back, the hips, and roll completely to your right hand side. Setting your hands down, push into the floor to lift from the side. Come to an easy seated position, easy for you. And let's rub the hands together. Good. Bring your hands over your face, tapping around your eyes. Shake your hands out. This time, we're going to rub our hands together and we'll work a little bit through the neck. I want you to just rub the hand up the front of the throat to the chin and then change. And then go to the side, do the same thing, lifting, and the other side, lifting, up towards the jaw. And shake your hands out. Good. Hands to your heart center. Have a lovely afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining on this Tuesday. Namaste. Well done. Good.